Hello everyone, this video goes through the story of Until Dawn. In 2014, Josh and his twin sisters, Hannah and Beth, invited their collected friends to the Washington Lodge on Blackwood Mountain for their annual winter getaway. During the celebrations, some of the group conspired to play a prank on Hannah, who's romantically interested in Mike. While Josh and Chris are partially drunk in the kitchen, Mike invites Hannah up to his room. Unbeknownst to her, Jess, Emily, Matt, and Ashley are hiding under the bed and in the closet. As Mike convinces her to start taking off her clothes, Jess accidentally reveals the presence of the group, and by doing so, humiliates Hannah just as Sam bursts in to warn her, finding out that it was too late. Hannah runs out of the lodge and into the snowy woods as everyone runs after her, trying to apologize and convince her to come back. Beth suddenly appears after hearing the commotion and asks them what happened. After learning that Hannah has been humiliated, she angrily tells them off and chases after Hannah. As Beth finds her way in the middle of the woods, she finally locates Hannah crying in the middle of the small clearing and comforts her. Suddenly, they hear a violent noise and run from an unseen pursuer. As they are cornered at the edge of the cliff, Hannah slips and falls while holding Beth's hand, taking her down with her. Beth manages to hang onto a large branch at the edge of the cliff, holding Hannah with her other hand. An unknown man crouches by the edge of the cliff and extends his hand to help them, but Hannah and Beth both fall to their apparent death, never to be seen again. On the one-year anniversary of the disappearance of Hannah and Beth Washington, the remaining 7 friends accept George's invitation back to the mountain and make their way there. As the group separates to partake in their own festivities, their seemingly idyllic getaway begins to quickly turn sinister. Mike and Jessica head to the guest cabin for some alone time, and Jessica is kidnapped by an unknown creature. Mike chases after her in an attempt to save her. He finds her in an old mine and alive, but she disappears as the elevator she's laying on falls down the shaft. Mike then follows a mystery man whom he believes killed Jess to an abandoned sanatorium, in which he explores and discovers information about a mining accident in 1952, which resulted in miners being trapped falling a cave-in. Experiments and studies were done on the survivors by doctors at the sanatorium, and a reporter ran into trouble trying to find out more on the cover-up. Ashley, Chris, and Josh use a Ouija board to communicate with spirits and purportedly receive communication from either of the Washington twins. Josh, convinced that either Ashley and Chris are messing with him, storms off. Chris and Ashley investigate clue that the spirit communicated, but they are knocked unconscious by a mask-wearing psychopath, and Ashley is kidnapped. Chris tracks her down and finds Ashley and Josh on the deadly end of a jigsaw-like trap, and must choose between saving one of them. No matter which one he chooses, his action results in Josh being violently dissected by the trap, and afterwards, a traumatized Chris and Ashley flee. After learning of a maniac on the loose, Matt and Emily travel to the cable car station to get help, but discover that the keys are missing. The couple then locates a radio tower and call the mountain rangers for help, who inform them that assistance won't arrive until dawn at the earliest. An unknown creature tries and fails to enter the tower, and then causes the structure to collapse by cutting one of its cables, sending it toppling into the mines. In the chaos that follows, Matt discovers Emily in peril on a destroyed fire tower and tries to save her life, but he fails. Emily falls with the collapsing tower deeper into the mines. Matt then ventures deeper into the mines in the hope of finding Emily. However, he is attacked by a creature and dragged to a hook, being killed. Meanwhile, Sam is taking a bath in the lodge, where she's totally unaware of the terrible things happening outside. A psychopath appears behind her, which catches her attention, and Sam starts searching the lodge alone. She's frightened by the clip of Josh's death when the psychopath shows himself in front of her. She tries all her best to run and hide. Eventually, she escapes. She also reunites with Mike, who returns to the lodge through a tunnel from the sanatorium. They two go back to save the other ones. On the other hand, Chris and Ashley wander the lodge, seeing unnatural things around them. The psychopaths capture Chris and Ashley and gives Chris the choice to sacrifice himself to spare Ashley or shoot her to save himself. After revealing the gun is unloaded, the psychopath appears, revealing himself to be Josh, who faked his death and was playing a prank on the group the whole time, in retaliation for the prank that indirectly caused Hannah and Beth's disappearance the previous year. Mike confronts him, but Josh denies killing Jessica. Mike and Chris capture him and leave him tied up in a shed. In the abandoned mines, Emily is shown to have survived her fall. She finds Beth's head and learns that Hannah had actually survived the fall off the cliff. She encounters the stranger that Mike had followed, who indicates her to hide from some dangerous thing. A horrible creature shows up and chases Emily, but she manages to run away through the cable and get back to the lodge. As the friends uncover clues about the past, the stranger comes in, confronting the main group at the lodge, and explaining to them that he is a protector of the mountain, which is infested with tall humanoid creature called Wendigos. They were created when cave-in miners engaged in cannibalism in order to survive. The stranger explains that they will not be able to escape to safety until dawn, which is when the Wendigos cease the hunt, and there are only a few ways to kill Wendigos, such as by fire. Realizing that Jessica was not killed by Josh, Chris and the stranger decide to rescue Josh, but discover that he has vanished. The stranger is decapitated by the Wendigo soon after. Chris makes it back to the lodge, shutting the chasing Wendigo outside. Sam, Mike, Ashley, and the remaining survivors flee to the lodge basement for safety. Mike returns to the sanatorium in search for Josh, hoping to find a key to the cable car, but encounters dozens of Wendigos, forcing him to destroy the sanatorium to escape. Meanwhile, Sam discovers more information about the Wendigos from the stranger's notes and follows him. They eventually find Josh in the mines, suffering from extreme hallucinations. He willingly gives them the key. Mike and Josh help Sam reach the surface, but Hannah, who is revealed to have turned into a Wendigo after being forced to eat Beth's body, intercepts them. Josh recognizes Hannah by the tattoo on her arm, and she drags him away. Jessica wakes from a coma and makes her way in the collapsed old mine. Wendigo finds her and attempts to kill her, but Jess eventually runs out to the cliff, and by hiding there, she remains safe. Meanwhile, Sam and Mike reunites in the lodge. They proceed to the basement where Chris, Ashley, and Emily run out of the tunnel. The lodge is soon overrun with Wendigos. The creatures, which are now fighting amongst themselves, cause a gas leak. The survivors ignite the gas with an electrical spark before they all run out of the house. This causes an explosion that destroys the lodge, killing all of the Wendigos inside.